Follow these 13 etiquette rules when visiting friends during a pandemic. While the lockdown in your neighborhood may have ended, the chance of COVID-19 spreading across the country remains high. Many of us are also tired of months of social isolation and want to reconnect with loved ones and friends, but the disease's ever-changing nature makes it difficult to know where to start. So, how can you retain politeness in these exceptional times, which is all about making the other person feel at ease? Right now, health and safety, and how we make people comfortable given our health situation, have taken precedence. Here are some pointers to help you socialize throughout this period. The first rule: recognize that not everyone is socially prepared. At this time, everyone's level of comfort varies. Alternatively, you may feel at ease socializing if others adhere to public health officials' suggestions to wear masks, wash hands often, and maintain social distance. Just be aware that if your pals are less concerned about what officials prescribe in order to prevent the illness from spreading, this could lead to awkward situations. The second rule: maintain a small social circle. If you do decide to socialize, keep your group small, and not just for that one day. It's safer to visit the same pals every night. It's riskier to join other groups every other night for dinner. Everyone's level of comfort is different. It's impossible to maintain social distance in a large group of people. Begin small. However, you should never put someone in danger. Reduce your bubble to just you or you and your spouse if you're a risk. At all times, you must protect yourself and others. Third rule: communicate. Communication has always been crucial, but it is now even more important. Ask your hosts what they're comfortable with and how they plan to handle the gathering, and be honest about areas of your life that could make going to gatherings risky. Also, if you've recently had contact with someone who has tested positive for COVID, or if you're having any COVID-related symptoms, don't go to the gathering. The fourth rule: observe the host's guidelines. Honoring your host preferences, such as wearing your mask until you sit down and are 6 feet apart, is the appropriate and safe thing to do as a visitor. It's no different than going to a restaurant when you're at someone else's house. Some people prefer to party indoors, while others prefer to have gatherings outside. The fifth rule is this: talking, unwinding, and having a good time. Reduce your physical touch with pals. It will be tempting to hug your friends and relatives after months of not seeing them face to face. But, for the sake of everyone's safety, refrain. It's difficult to resist the impulse to hug and have human contact. However, it is our ability to maintain resilience through time that will save us. People realize this is not the time for close personal touch. The sixth rule is: bring a hostess gift that isn't edible. Bringing a hostess gift is a kind gesture. Consider an item that the hostess doesn't have to open for a few days, such as wine, scent diffusers, photo frames, or candles, that can easily be sanitized without destroying the item. Just like when people get parcels and they tell to wait 2 or 3 days until the germs are gone. As a result, make careful to inquire with your host. If a friend tells you not to bring anything, don't bring anything. The seventh rule: put on a mask that works well. If you're using a one-use mask for the second week in a row, you should avoid it. Clean your cloth masks by washing, sanitizing, and spinning them in hot water and detergent. Wear your mask as much as possible during the gathering, even if it's outside. Our danger increases as a result of the aerosol transmission caused by laughing and loud talking. As a result, you and others must be protected. Guests wear their masks during tours of the garden, for example, and remove them only when it's time to dine or drink, as in a restaurant. Of course, you can only get the most out of a mask if you use it properly. The eighth rule: get ready to spend time outside. The majority of people who come together do it outside, which is safer. Expect informal groups on patios, porches, or in the backyard, with people spacing themselves 6 to 10 feet apart. Bring insect spray, sunscreen, and a sweatshirt in case it becomes cold. The ninth rule: prepare to speak up as well as to listen. Outside, people may be more socially distant, making it difficult to hear them. It would be preferable if we could approach the matter with a sense of humor. The 10th rule. Keep an eye out for social distancing. The issue emerges when individuals begin to drink and suddenly become closer, gazing at images on their phones, and then realize, oh, wait a minute, we're not meant to do this. However, if there is enough space, you may be able to remove your mask. The couples will frequently scoot their chairs back a little and sit without a mask on since they are far enough apart to be safe. They could be only 10 feet away. The 11th rule. When using the restroom, be considerate. Many people will make accommodations for bathroom facilities when they entertain, even if they don't want you to come inside. Enter the room and wash your hands. The 12th rule. Give viruses no opportunity at all. Hands must be washed often. One of the long-standing guidelines against viral transmission is the 20-second rule of hand washing. So wash your hands before going to a friend's house. When you arrive, before sitting down to dine, after eating, using the restroom, and when you leave, don't be shy about washing your hands or using hand sanitizer. The other guests will appreciate your concern for their safety. The 13th rule. Snacks should not be shared. Communal dips are no longer popular, so don't invade someone's personal space to get your chip fix. Some visitors may like to bring their own food or tableware, but if this is something you prefer, please inform your host or hostess ahead of time. Here are a few more habits that could, and should, alter forever as a result of the coronavirus. Enjoy your time with your friends, and stay safe.